So Canon just released the FX3 Mark II. The new is it the C50, right?
It's a
So
C50,
okay,
yep.
C50. I haven't had a lot of time to really dive into this thing and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
But you took some notes.
I
So
did, yeah.
what are the basic specs of this thing?
Honestly, well, before I get into that, like, there was a huge thing going about how, "Is this the Sony FX3 killer?"
Yes.
Like, but then you gotta think about the Sony FX3 is, like, what, like, 4 or 5 years old?
It's gotta be. Did it
Yeah.
come out after the FX6? I can't remember. Or before.
I think it came out
Because the FX6 is
after.
about 4 years old.
Yeah,
So
okay,
it's
yeah.
about anyway, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah, okay, yeah, I gotcha. But, so no, this is a 7K full frame, compact cinema camera. Super nice.
Mhm.
Like, there was it's very similar to the R5C, all the letters and numbers jumbled together. I'm, like, trying to keep them straight in my head. But, no, so it's super compact and, there's another one, I think it's called the C80, but the Canon C50 is a lot small is not a lot, but it doesn't have the viewfinder
Mhm.
on it, so it, like, a lot of people are saying, like, it fits in bags better and stuff like that. This is cheaper than, like, the FX3, not by a whole lot,
Mhm.
but, the camera does come with a top handle, which is really nice. The thing that sucks with the top handle is there is no 32-bit float. It does have a zoom rocker, like, on the front, record button,
Mhm.
which is actually kinda nice, so that way, I mean, if you're, like, soloing it and you don't, you can just, like,
It's pretty neat.
Mhm.
Did the FX3 have I don't know if the FX3 has a rocker.
I don't know, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, so let me take that back. It does have a rocker on the handle that comes with, but it also has a rocker on the, like, record around the record button.
Around the yeah, because I
Yeah.
think that I wanna say the FX3 has that around the cord button.
Yeah,
I
I think you're
think.
right,
I don't
yeah.
know though,
Yeah.
but
So that's super nice. And there is so for the top handle, there's audio ins, two XLR inputs, and a whole panel on the side to set all of your levels as well.
okay.
So yeah, it's nice that it comes with it, and it's not, if I remember right, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it comes with it, which is nice because I would think Canon would be like, oh no, this is $300-400 that you have to pay in addition
Mhm.
to the camera. So, but with this new camera that came out, got a new lens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
What's the new
yeah,
lens?
it is the 85 1.4,
An
85, yeah.
85-1.4. What's the price on that? It's RF, I assume?
Yes, yeah. That I don't have the price on that one, but a lot of people were comparing it to the 35 millimeter Canon RF, is, like, super noisy, as in, like, even if you, like, jiggled it around a little bit, it was
Oh,
like
the motor
yes, yeah.
yeah.
So they did fix that issue with this. It's a lot quieter, which is super nice. This camera also does photo as well, so
Yeah.
it's kinda, I don't wanna say it's a hybrid, it's definitely video first, for sure.
Say the FX3 did it does photo too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're in this age where I don't know, like, was the FX3 really the first one that that body size? Because now Canon and Nikon are kind of like, "Oh, we're gonna."
I think
Was
so.
it?
I
Okay.
think so because it was like because I remember thinking it was weird because I think at the time, I didn't have the FX6 yet. Did I have the FX6 yet? I was shooting Blackmagic, and I did
Mhm.
not like the DSLR style.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember looking at the FX3 and thinking, "That's kinda looks kinda both." You got the threads in this modular, but it's like DSLR body style.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think I was probably one of the first ones to do that kind of I don't know what you call that,
Yeah,
but
I
it's got
don't
all the
know.
mounting points on that body. It's meant to be rigged.
Yeah, and I think it's, like, very prosumer,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So but
Well,
also it can take photos in electronic shutter mode. It has a mic, headphone jack, a full-size HDMI, and time code. So,
it does take time code?
it is,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yep,
Okay.
super nice. And when I saw the full-size HDMI, I'm like, because I mean, we'll talk about it later, but the Nikon has the,
'Cause
we'll talk
is
about
that
that
I
later,
don't know,
but
I'm not too familiar with Canon
mhm.
anymore. Is the full-size HDMI something they've been lacking lately?
Yeah, I can't remember what other, because I think the C400 has the full size, if
The
I'm not,
C70, C80, are they full?
I can't remember
I
if both
wanna
of them
know
have it
because
or
it's
not, yeah.
'cause let's say Sony's been doing that for a minute. The
Yeah,
full
yeah, no,
yeah.
for sure, yeah, yeah, so that's what I'm super happy that, honestly, and I'll go ahead and even talk about the price. The price is 3,900,
Like,
right?
was it 38.99 or so?
38.99,
Because I
yep.
think it's, like, right on with the FX3.
Yeah, yeah, it's after
Mhm.
taxes and everything, it's pretty much there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah.
the FX it being I remember the little teaser they put out on Instagram, and it was
It
that
looks
top
like the
looked like the FX3. It's
X3,
like,
yes, it
"Oh, it's the
does.
FX3 killer."
Yep.
Um, and when I read the specs on it, the 7K, I mean, it seemed like it's everything people want in an FX3
Mhm.
Mark II.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yep,
was
I
joking
agree.
about that at the beginning, 'cause it's like, it's what people want in that FX3 Mark II. But does it do open gate?
I don't recall. It does, yes. Open gate while filming in full sensor though,
Okay,
full
so full
7K.
readout, and that's
Yeah.
full the open gate 7K, I assume.
Mhm.
Now I wonder if that's like I can't remember, I think one of the Panasonics, it was like the only way to get open gate was to shoot in the full res
Full res,
only.
yeah.
I don't mind that, me personally. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean, I as long as you got the storage and stuff
yeah,
like that, I
that's
think
another
it'll be
thing too
fine.
is,
Yeah.
and then, is it dual card slot? Was this the one?
Yeah, so
Am
this
I
one takes the CFX Express Type B,
oh, okay.
and then it also has a slot for just SD card. But the cool thing about that is you can, shoot in 16 by 9 on, the CFX Express Type B, and then the SD you can have it to where you're shooting vertical for, Instagram reels and stuff.
16 by 9? Is it which yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's I think it's really cool, and
mhm,
we were talking about this on the walk up here,
yeah.
and I was trying to figure out, is that is that does it a camera doesn't need to be open gate to do that,
Mm-mm.
right? Like, if it just records a vertical and all that, and I thought, "That's kinda useful." I would use that, saves a
Yeah.
whole extra step, and especially if you got it might be easier, I'm trying to think if I had a project where I'm shooting horizontal,
Mhm.
16 by 9, I get them 16 by 9,
Mhm.
9 by 16, 16 shooting horizontal for a project,
Yeah, yeah.
and I know we're gonna clip the crap out of it, but
Mhm.
maybe I got, like, a social editor on my team. I could shoot that way, hand the verticals to the social editor, and let
Yep.
them work on the social content while we're taking the other card.
That would save so
Like
much time.
yeah,
So
like,
much time.
that's where I see that making sense, is, like, already it's already in the card ready to go.
Right.
I mean, is it a big deal to just set your time? Well, maybe. I'm curious on how it actually does that. Is it just center?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I've seen some,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I guess
some
the
videos about
con of
that.
that would be you wouldn't be able to shift.
That's true. Yeah.
So there's a
Mm,
con there on that. But I mean, maybe you're just doing a bunch of talking head stuff. I don't
true.
know. Like if you're doing something like or a podcast or like,
And two, I mean, yeah, I feel like, most of the time reels are, you know, yeah, I think it'll be okay for that for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
it's a cool feature.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those things where
Yep.
I don't mind having it. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
throw a fit if it's not in there, but I wouldn't mind having that.
Yeah. I think that was probably the one of the biggest things for me for this
Mhm.
camera. Just so that way, you're not like, okay, well, let me film the full video, and if there's like extra clips you want to make on side of that, then you're gonna have to like, turn your camera and then record again and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So definitely saves a ton of time. It has a 32, so the sensor, 32 megapixel design. It does have dual base ISO,
Okay.
which is nice. Has 15 plus stops of dynamic range only in full frame.
Hmm.
And then you get 16 and Super 35.
Wait, you gain dynamic range
Yeah,
in?
Super 35.
I'd
So
like to know how that works.
that's exactly when I
I
saw
don't know
that, I
how that
was
works.
like, okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, it also does 4K up to 120 frames per second, and the as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, who's really gonna like that is Peter McKinnon.
The 120.
Yeah,
Yeah, I figured
yeah,
he's a Canon guy.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
So is at 7K, what's the highest res or highest frame rate you can shoot at?
I think up to 30 frames per
Up to
second at
30? Okay,
7K.
so
Yep.
you're not doing any real much slow motion in
Right.
7K.
Yeah.
7K feels weird to me. I don't know why, like 4K and then 8K,
Yeah.
but
So
then
yeah,
six
what? Why
6K,
7K?
like
That's
it's just an odd number maybe, I
right.
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would take an extra K.
You're right. Yeah.
Um,
They want to be different.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I heard
Yeah.
oh, I thought this is random, but somebody else I was shooting with, I think it was today or yesterday, someone goes, he goes, "Are you shooting in 6,000?" I thought that was just
What?
a funny way of saying that. 6,000, like
That's
6K, I mean, it's 6,000.
yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
in 6,000? I thought that's what I'm gonna start saying.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Mm.
But it also, has a 6-hour clip limit, which is kinda nice too.
Wait, what?
I think if I remember right, you can just record
6-hour
a
clip.
6-hour clip without, and I think if I remember right, they said without overheating, because I think this one does.
That is a big question, actually. Does it have a fan?
I think it does, yeah. Okay, yeah, because the Nikon now I'm getting Nikon and the Canon
I know,
mixed
in
up.
my head, they're mixing up too.
But no, yeah, the Canon one does, because the Canon one is bigger than the Nikon. So, yeah, it does have it's thicker, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so, but it does have anamorphic squeeze, and like I said too, it has open gate as
Oh,
well.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
super
I
nice.
mean, it sounds like a really nice camera. Like,
Mhm.
it excited me. I mean, it's been a while since I've been excited about well, it's honestly been a while since I've been excited for cameras in general
Yeah.
until yesterday.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
there's
for
so
sure.
much to
Yeah.
talk about now, but,
Yep.
the this one actually, interested me. I was like, would I ever see myself going to Canon for anything? I wouldn't mind shooting on a Canon,
Mhm.
but, I asked my buddy Josh Bennett, he's been on the channel. He's shot a lot of Canon. He's shot in, I mean, you name it, he's probably shot on it. He's really familiar with it. So
Mm.
I asked his opinion on this camera,
Oh, sure.
and he texted me. I can read his thoughts on this here. Josh says, not excited due to Canon RAW still being a thing. He's not a fan of Canon RAW. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever handled Canon RAW.
No, I haven't.
I haven't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I haven't heard good things about Canon RAW from anyone, honestly. So I
Yeah.
don't know. And he says, Canon tends to lock their highest resolution behind RAW recording, and Canon RAW is the industry's worst RAW. It's not like B-RAW or there's a built-in CST or Red RAW where it's 16-bit and has an app, you put in parentheses, Red Cine X Pro, to really unpack all the bit depth of the RAW. It's not ARRI RAW where it's fully uncompressed, or even Sony RAW where production are used to working with. Canon RAW sucks to edit and doesn't add significantly more than their 10-bit. They'd be better off adding the internal ProRes 10 or 12-bit, or adding B-RAW internal somehow into their cameras, which actually Sony added
I was
B-roll
just thinking
to
this.
externally, not internally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so,
Okay.
I mean, I guess it seems like it's possible. They really dropped the ball with what they had with Red. Canon also has bad track record of bad autofocus in their new cinema cameras, so I've almost come to expect not great autofocus quality in anything Canon cinema related in comparison to Sony. Even the C400 seems to have decent autofocus. Even though the C400 seems to have decent autofocus, I am still skeptical due to remembering how bad the autofocus was in the C70, the C500 Mark II, and the C300 Mark III
Yeah. Okay.
when they released compared to Sony cameras at the time and now. Which Sony's got some great autofocus right now.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure. I think they are the leading
I knew
now.
they were. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't shot anything Canon lately, so I don't know how.
Because it used to be Canon, I think.
Yeah,
used
it
to be,
was. It
yeah.
was.
Yeah, and then Sony came over.
So those are the two bad, but constant quirks I have found to come with Canon cameras. One thing I'm looking forward to though is the dual formatting recording. Apparently it can record 16:9 and 9:16 at the same time, which is great for client work, which is what we were just
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
And he put one thing the XLR top handle is great and all, but I think Canon has one of the worst audio UI menus out there, at least in their cinema cameras. Honestly, though, as someone who shot with the C500 Mark II, the C400, the C80, the C70, the C300 Mark III, anything that does not DGO, anything that's not DGO tech from Canon doesn't excite me as much anymore. The C300 Mark III, in my opinion, is the best cam Canon has ever made. I struggled through that, but I got it.
Which one did you say was the best?
C300 Mark III.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
I believe that's the one we did a little spec ad. I think Josh had that one.
Okay,
That's what we
yeah.
shot on. But I've never shot any of those, so I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah, I've never. Well, I take that back. I think I
Got a
shot
bug
on
on your
one.
hat.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. No, you're good.
It's
Oh boy.
there we go.
How dare you get on my Canon hat? Which is exclusive, by the way. Back at Ball State, I think I shot with. Oh gosh, actually, I think it might have been the. Was this C300 out that time? I can't remember because I was on. It was
I
like
don't.
my capstone big project thing.
I
So
remember
I
we got
think.
a plane going over
Uh
real low. Wow. Kind of cool.
huh.
I remember the C200. It's like the C200 Mark II, C200, the original C200.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Those I remember were like big deals, and I
Oh yeah.
really wanted one of those. I remember thinking like, "Oh gosh, I want one of those one day." And I still wanted the camera in that form factor and that just that the ergonomics of that, some kind of a
Mhm.
proper video camera. Back then, there wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah, not like today.
Yeah, oh my gosh, today so now, like, the FX6, that was kinda like we still won that,
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But,
I do think I would for sure agree with I think Canon is falling behind in their cinema cameras, I think. I mean, now, I mean, between Red and then, the FX6s and,
yeah,
um, let's see,
it's just
even the Black Magics, like some
mhm.
of those, like,
And it's funny is Panasonic I don't wanna go down a Panasonic rabbit hole right now, but Panasonic is I think Panasonic's always been ahead of everybody in their tech,
Yeah, right, right.
and no one recognizes it.
That's
Like, it's
true.
like Sony and Canon, like, "Oh, that's cool, we'll put that in ours," and then, like, everyone talks about what's and it's like Panasonic's like, "We've been doing this, one thing."
Yeah.
Like, OpenGate, I'm
I
pretty sure Panasonic was one of the first
I
to be
think you're
doing that.
right, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't remember what camera though.
I think it was one of the yeah,
Yeah.
one of the newer ones. I
Was it? Yeah,
I
okay.
was actually considering getting a Panasonic, but I don't know. Anyways, this Canon, um is I think it's a really cool option for
Mm,
people who I mean, you got the Sony people, FX3 people who are hating on that, and
right.
it's hating on this one, they're like, "Oh, it's not so" but imagine you've shot Canon for so many years, maybe you're invested in a lot of
Mhm.
the, maybe you at EF, and then you converted everything to RF, and now, it's so expensive.
So
But,
expensive.
I
RF
mean,
is
now this is
insane.
a really cool option for Canon shooters out
Yeah,
there.
no,
I
it
mean,
is for sure.
it's awesome. It's always a good thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
but, so the question is, are you buying
Probably not.
one?
I want to, and I don't remember I think the last live video we did, I talked about a little bit about starting my own YouTube channel.
Yes, you did.
So, it would be something cool to maybe invest in maybe in the future. And actually at the price point, I think this is cheaper than the R5 Mark II when it first came out. I
Really?
think, yeah.
Is that the one you have now? Do you have the R5 Mark II? What do you
Mark
have?
1.
Mark
Mhm.
1,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
that is cheaper than the Mark II when it came out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
The
I'm
price
pretty sure.
isn't
Not by much, if I remember correctly.
the
Yeah.
price is not bad. I think,
Yeah, no,
at
I don't think
least
so
for
at
what it
all.
is, yeah.
Now, does that FX3, does that have internal NDs or no?
No,
No, okay, okay,
this
yeah.
doesn't either, right?
Yeah, it doesn't,
No,
no,
yeah.
yeah.
No, see that no, if it did, that'd be a no.
Yeah, and I guess that's another thing though too, is like I saw some people complaining about no internal NDs, but then I'm like, well,
Ugh,
if you do, it's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be a thicker camera, and
yeah.
I think the point of this was to stick around the like FX3
Everyone's always gonna
body.
complain about something. What is it?
Literally.
Internal ND, like, that's
Like,
yeah, it'd be amazing. I don't know, there's nothing on the market that is an internal ND DSLR body style that I've seen. The only thing I've
mm-mm.
seen is, like, the PL adapters.
Yeah.
They put them in between no, Canon did something. Canon has an adapter, I think for their, I think it's RF to EF. They have some that have a little,
Oh, where you can
ND
like
drop the
drop it
ND
down?
between.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I don't remember which one that is, yeah.
that's a that's about it. I mean, the closest thing to it. So,
Yeah.
that means that
Yep.
something like that probably could exist in a camera that size.
Mhm.
So, it would just drive the price up.
It would, yeah. I don't know by how much. That might be another factor to where it's like, "Oh, is that
Yeah,
worth, the price
I'm sure
point?"
they wanted to land right in next to the FX3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have IBIS either. So,
I don't think the FX3
I
does.
don't think it does either. And
No.
and that was another thing, obviously, a lot of people were complaining about, and I'm just like, "Well, having that, it would be a bigger camera."
Mhm.
And I feel
Well,
like this is focusing more on I don't wanna say cinnamon workflows, but, like, video workflows and stuff
it's
like that
definitely
where
got the videographer in mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Well, the FX6 when the FX6 came out, I was just talking about this to somebody. The FX6 came out, and internal ND, and then
Mm,
people were like, "It doesn't have a stabilized sensor." It's like, "Of course it doesn't." Now it has look at the one thing, but it has internal
yeah.
ND, and Sony said that it couldn't do a stabilized sensor because there wasn't enough room to do that and,
Oh, and
internal ND.
yeah, okay.
So, I think that I don't remember the exact quote, but they said something like, "It's not possible."
Hmm.
Or it wasn't maybe now thinking back, that probably meant it wasn't possible in that body.
Yeah, right.
Because the Burano just came out well, it didn't just come out. The Burano came out,
Mhm.
and that has internal ND and a stabilized sensor.
The Brano is,
That's the one between the Venice and the FX6. Sony's
right.
bigger, it's
Yes. Yeah, okay.
freaking little Hulk thing.
Mhm.
Like, but you see how big that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I bet a lot of is that stabilized sensor in there within.
You're
Like, it's a
probably right.
bulky front.
And
So,
even if they do you think they'll ever do, like, FX6 Mark II?
uh, me and Josh were actually just talking about this. I don't know, because the Burano puts it in a weird
That's what I
place.
was thinking, yeah, like, what would be different from, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a whole nother video, but yeah, what do you want at an FX6 Mark II that the Burano doesn't already have?
Right.
Because I don't know.
And I think though too, one of the bigger things too with the whole keeping, you know, not having IBIS is kind of like Apple, right? Where it's like they throttle their
Mhm.
iPads, the iPad Pros, just enough to where it doesn't hurt sales of the
Yeah, yeah.
MacBooks.
Yeah, you don't wanna cannibalize your
Yeah,
own product.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
kind of that segmentation of keeping the hybrids and the cinema cameras in their own respective lanes,
yeah.
I think is a big thing. So but overall, I mean, I think the camera's, like, really cool. I feel like this is a jump in the right direction, I feel
Oh,
like.
for sure.
So,
Yeah, it is,
yeah.
yeah. I was I was excited when I seen it,
Mhm.
and there's that moment where I'm like, "Maybe I'll buy it," but I'm like, "I don't I have all E-mount, really." Like,
Right,
I'm
yeah, that's
mostly
oh
E-mount,
my
so
gosh, yeah.
I could never, like,
And can you adapt E-mount to well, no, because 'cause that'd
RF?
be
No.
RF? No, you can't, that's right, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't mind owning one,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd like to have some variation, but it gets difficult when well, now, like, having the red, I don't know, like, whether
Yeah.
to get Z mount or E mount because I still shoot a lot on my Sonys,
Right.
so, I don't know.
And they do make well, we'll get into that in the Nikon video.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, but no, I think that's, yeah, overall, I
Mhm.
really like the camera. Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts below on the Canon C50, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.